Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the full board meeting to order. First item on the agenda is Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Item number 3, roll call, is already completed. Item number 4, invocation by Commissioner Drollet.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let's bow our heads. Dear Lord, it is in the darkness of December that many people celebrate their relationship with you through the holidays of Christmas, Hanukkah, and others. We also celebrate by giving gifts to those we love. We as human beings have received special gifts from you, Lord, that we should take the time to appreciate. The gift of reason, which sets us apart from all living things. The gift of empathy, which allows us to see the world through the eyes of others. Politics and government inherently involve competition, disagreement, acrimony, but you have given us, through the gifts of reason and empathy, the tools to allow humanity and justice to guide the political process. Let us respect and appreciate the many people who are affected by the decisions made here and by the work done by those who work in and for Macomb County. Let us always remember to use the gift of empathy to see our work through the eyes of taxpayers, citizens, employees, and each other. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Thank you. Item number 5, adoption of the agenda. I need a motion to adopt. Carabelli, supported by Commissioner Sauger. Please vote. Motion passes. Item 6, approval of minutes dated November 29th, 2018, and the public hearing dated November 1st, 2018. We'd like to move them in their entirety. Commissioner Brown, Commissioner Leonetti, supported. Please vote. Item passes. Item number 7, public participation. Any members of the public wishing to speak? Any members of, please come up. You have 5 minutes to speak on items related to the agenda. If they're not related to the agenda, you can speak in the last public participation. They are. Great.
Thank you. Mike Kleinfeld, City.
Will you please turn your microphone on? It's just a button right in the middle on the base.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Mike Kleinfeld, City of East Point. I just wanted to briefly speak on the contracts that are before you regarding animal control that set fees for some cities. And I just wanted to share possibly a different way of doing that. A lot of counties do fee schedules that just apply equally to all communities. Animal control and the Sheriff's Department have jurisdiction over all the cities within their borders. I don't think individual contracts with each community setting prices make sense, because the only reason that would be needed is if you have different prices, and I think that all services should be offered equally to all communities. And that's all. Oh, also congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks. Any other members of the public wishing to speak? Any other members of the public? Seeing none, we're going to close public participation. Move on to item number 8, correspondence from the Office of County Executive. We do not have any. So we'll go to item number 9, Finance Committee recommendations. Motion to adopt. Someone like to? Which one would you like to pull out, Commissioner Kleinfeld?
We need to pull out the animal control. Crystal, did you see where they went to?
Do they get down to the end?
And the smart shell.
Smart bench. Shelf bench. Point of order.
Minus D and K. So D and K are the two that would be pulled out. Motion to approve all of them?
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Without doing that, we could just have the no votes carried forward.
We've discussed this several times, so
Can't do that anymore.
we'll just pull D and K out, and if we have a motion to adopt everything except for D and K, we can move forward. Commissioner Leonetti, Commissioner Duge. Any discussion on these? Seeing none, please vote. Okay, motion passes 13-0. I need a motion for item 9D. Need a motion for 9D. Commissioner Sauger, supported by Commissioner Brown. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote. Motion passes 10-3 with Commissioner Kleinfeld, Romano, and Drollet voting no. Need a motion for 9K. Commissioner Leonetti, supported by Commissioner Kraft. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, please vote. Motion passes 11-2 with Commissioner Toko and Commissioner Drollet voting no. Item number 10, Government Operations Committee recommendations. There's only A. We need a motion to adopt, to appoint. By Commissioner Slindy? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Supported by Commissioner Carabelli. I know, I'm just kidding. Lucido. Yes, the 4 vacancies for 3-year terms are Thomas Kalkofen, Grace Shore, there you go, call Coffin then, Grace Shore, Marilyn Lane, and James Sawyer. So congratulations in advance. Please vote. All right, motion passes 13-0. Item 11, correspondence. Need a motion to receive and file a county board news release. Macomb County Agenda Management System gives way to Going Green. Commissioner Kraft, supported by Commissioner Toko. Please vote.
I just feel like we were coerced.
You're used to it. Motion passes 13-0. Proclamations. Can I have a motion to adopt them in their entirety, and then we'll move? No, we're going to speak on them afterwards, Commissioner. Relax. Commissioner Carabelli, supported by Commissioner Lucido. Please vote, and then we will handle the ceremonial part of this. All right, so give me 1 second, and I'm coming down. Oh, motion. 13-0. Andre voted no. All of you are familiar with Grace Shore, I am sure, but in case you're not, this is Grace Shore. Hi, thank you and congratulations. So, easy. So, I'm going to read just a part of this proclamation, then we'll take some pictures. But whereas the Macomb County Board of Commissioners would like to commend Grace Shore for her nearly 40 years of dedicated service to the Macomb County Chamber of Commerce and 3 decades in the role of CEO. She started when she was 13 in the apprentice program for teenagers, right? Whereas Grace joined the Macomb County Chamber, the leading business organization in Macomb County, in December of 1979, and has served with outstanding leadership as the Chamber's CEO since 1991. That's awesome. Macomb County Chamber of Commerce is a 900-member organization which serves to promote the advancement of business and community in Macomb County. Under her leadership, the Chamber has twice been named Outstanding Chamber of the Year by Michigan Association of Chamber Professionals. In addition, the membership grew from 275 members in 1979 to 1,100 members in 2018. And a lot of that has to do with your leadership, so thank you very much. So upon retirement, Grace is going to continue to play an active role with the Macomb Chamber as a contract employee and to provide mentoring with the new CEO and continue to share your in-depth knowledge. And we appreciate having you here, and we appreciate having you there all of these years. And we're happy to see that you're really not leaving, but you're just changing positions. So Grace, thank you very much and congratulations. And quite sure that there might be a few people that would like to speak. So if you do me the hands, because I'm not up on my computer, we'll start with Commissioner Leonetti.
I'll be short. I'm relatively new to politics. This is my second term, but when I got into politics about 2-3 years ago, one of the first names I heard was Grace Shore. So your legend was known to even a novice like me to jump into politics. So really did some good things for the chamber, and I'm glad you're not leaving as well, totally. Take care. Have a great holiday.
Thanks.
Yep.
Commissioner Brown.
Grace, it's the same thing. I came in politics a long time ago, and you were right there leading the charge, helped get M59, going through a lot of the politics and all of that mess. A lot of good things that happened in the county since then, and you were right part of the community, the new form of government we have. You were instrumental in all of that and hurting all the cats along the way, and turns out that wasn't as bad as some of us thought it would be. Your leadership now is leading us to the next generation with the defense corridor and working so definitely hard to make sure that our defense corridor and our assets here in southeast Michigan, and particularly here in Macomb County, remain, but also expand. And that is something you've helped set us on a path that is so instrumental to us. And Commissioner, I don't think you fully appreciate the work that's going on by the Macomb Chamber with their Military and Defense Affairs Committee. They're all over the country advocating on behalf of our county and what's going on right here. And it all goes to you helping you get started. And I'm glad you're not going too far away. And if you ever need anything, you let me know. We'll be right there for you. Thank you, Grace, for everything you've done. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Commissioner. Commissioner Carabelli.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Young lady, it's been a pleasure. Through your personal life, through your business life, everything that you've gone through, you're a beacon, and that's truly appreciated. Don't you're gonna make me cry too. You are loved, and Don hit on a few of the things that you do. And, you know, from also this Board of Commissioners, the Charter Commission, from all the different things that you've partaken and championed on behalf of the chamber, and for the chamber, and the chamber, they all followed your lead, the membership, by your leadership. So that, the county, we are grateful. And again, you did grab the best name for your chamber when that happened. But we are truly indebted for your leadership, and I would like to see it continue on in your endeavors. But you're going to be missed in the current role, and we do love you and thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sauger.
Yeah, the biggest part in politics is getting the endorsement of the chamber. And when I got that letter, I got it every 2 years. I'd walk in there and, Grace, what the hell am I doing here? You know, and I knew I was going to get it. I love them people out there, and God bless you, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Kleinfeld.
Thank you, Grace. On a personal level, you've been very supportive of me and caring. And I just want you to know that your words meant a lot to me, and I've thought of you a lot since that interaction. And I think about you on the same level, and I really appreciate the words that you gave to me. On a professional level, nobody's done what you've done for this county. And when she came in, so she was just coming out of bell bottoms, and she was dancing to the Bee Gees. So I think that the next time we have her up here, she should go retro, because I kind of want to see it. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Commissioner Duje.
And thank you very much. Grace, been a long time. The things you've seen and the things you've done for not only all the people in this room, but the people of Macomb County as a representative on the board has been incredible. You've never stopped. You've constantly pushed. You followed your heart, but your heart always stayed in Macomb County. And I'm really happy that you're walking out versus getting carried out.
Me too.
And it's also good to know that you're not going too far. What you've gained and what you've forgotten more than most people know what's going on in Macomb County. Thank you for all your efforts, and thank you for everything that you've done.
Thank you.
Grace, oh, this is yours. The night is yours.
Thank you for all your kind words. I'm deeply touched. I feel gratitude for what I've been able to do the last 40 years. Working at the chamber has been my passion. It's It's been my life for the last 40 years. But none of it would be possible without people like you. You know, we've always had a good working relationship with the county. Each of you were part of that, and that's what makes everything we do possible. So I thank you for what you've done and the support you've given me personally and the chamber. And I'm not going away entirely. I will still be around on a part-time basis, and I'll still interact with you because that's what I'll miss the most. I'm not going to miss the work and the daily grind, but I would miss the people that I've met over the years, and certainly you're all at the top of that list. So thank you.
Next. Ms. Toko, would you like to join me? Your Honorable Toko. Are we jumping the gun by calling you the Honorable Toko? Does it never jump in the gun? You'll take that anytime. I know she made us all call her that for 2 years. Sorry, I stole Don's joke. So I'm going to read the formal part first, and then we'll all have probably 1 or 10,000 stories to share about Kathy, but I'll get through this part first. Whereas Macomb County Board of Commissioners would like to commend, I added the honorable for you, Kathy Toko for her 12 consecutive years of outstanding public service and representation of the residents of Fraser and Roseville. Kathy was first elected commissioner in November of 2006. She served as vice chair from 2009 and 10, and 13 through 16. In addition, she served on every other board that you could possibly be on, including probably the most important board that you served on for many years is the CMH board. And it was there that you, I think, brought the best service to our board and to the residents of this county because your work there was incredible. Whereas you're a Fraser resident since the last 80s, your dedication to serving your community has gone above and beyond your role as commissioner. Kathy's an active member of the Roseville Optimist Club, the Fraser Goodfellows. You're an attorney and sole practitioner in the general practice law, Kathy Toko PC. You represent a wide variety of individuals, companies, organizations, including UAW Legal Services Plan, as well as indigent clients charged with misdemeanors. You're always giving of yourself, and it's amazing for those of us that weren't too sure about you when we first met you. So I will explain that in a minute. So, you want to hear it. So I'll jump to the end that, now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of Commissioners speaking on in behalf of all of the county residents as followed, that we hereby publicly commend and acknowledge and express gratitude to Kathy Toko for serving the residents of Macomb County as an engaged and dedicated member of the Macomb County Board of Commissioners. Kathy? So, we'll go around the room for anybody that might have a story or two about Commissioner Toko. Yes. So I'll start with this side this time if you want to raise your hand since I don't have it. Commissioner Duje, yes.
All right, Judge. I remember walking for you, and the first time we met, and you were all bent out of shape going, what am I walking into? You've done a heck of a job up here. Couldn't be prouder of you. You didn't marry well. Vince keeps falling over all the time, so keep your medical going. But it's really been a pleasure. It's been a joy to be with you. When you needed to be hard, you were hard. When you didn't need to beat somebody's brains out, you didn't. And I've learned a lot from you. and thank you. Thank you for your service, and thank you for all your work.
Thank you, Andre.
I think something Andre said just prompted. I was trying to think of what I could say because we only have really served a term here essentially together. But I think what I've seen you exercise in this term in the time here is incredibly good judgment. You're sort of my counterbalance, you know, and you know when you talk, it's important. You know when to weigh in, and so it's appropriate. I think that you're moving on from the board and to someplace else where judgment is so crucial. So you know, I'm glad that you're going to be in that position because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to depend on that judgment, and I think they're going to be in great hands. So, congratulations, Kathy.
Thank you.
Thanks. Commissioner Kleinfeld? I mean, I'm just assuming.
Kathy, I dropped literature against you. When you first came into office, I didn't know you, but I knew the person you were running against. And I have to tell you, you know this. You're probably the person I have been the closest with up here. We have been very close. And 2 years ago, as we were watching the races and we knew that you were looking at running for this, we didn't know if there were going to be any women standing at the end of this because Kathy Vosberg leaving and then you leaving. So I have Elizabeth, and I'm very grateful for that. But you and I have spent a lot of nights late in the evening talking through things in the packet, trying to understand some things, and you talking me down, which you all owe her a great big thank you for. So I do know that our friendship is going to continue, and I hope we continue to see each other for lunch and things like that. Thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you.
Commissioner Sauger?
Kathy, I won't miss you. I'm glad you're gone. And I'm tired of your bad language to me. I mean, if I was being a priest, I'd leave it because of hearing you. But I loved you all the while you're on here. I'm going to miss you. The only time I'll really get excited is if I go up to that courtroom and seeing you up there and seeing these attorneys bug you. But good luck to them. You're going to do a great job, and I'll miss you. Thank you.
Commissioner Carabelli?
Your Honor, I hope after today, I never have to see you again.
Good point.
For 10 years, we've developed a pretty unique relationship, and I thank you for that. You have allowed me to bounce a lot of things off of you, and half the time she tells me, no, 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 but then half the other time she's saying, yes, you're right. So I do appreciate that mentoring that you gave me, and some of the insight prior to when I was here on how things went and how you think they should go. And I commend you. We all belong to different parties, and Kathy and I never had a political difference as far as a Republican or Democrat. It was always about what was best for Macomb County. And for that, I'm thankful, because at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for. And you proved to me that that came first and foremost, and for that, I'm truly grateful. And again, no disrespect, but I hope I never see you again.
Commissioner Brown? I don't have any
No.
hands, so I'm just going to
You know,
assume.
unfortunately, when you first joined the board, you had the unfortunate position of sitting in front of me. And, you know, me, I always wanted to follow orders of speaking and always had to let out my comment a little bit ahead of time before I was called. And sometimes it was after you got done speaking, which didn't always agree together, but kind of butted heads initially. But, you know, I've come to grow and respect you a lot. You're a first-class individual, and if you ever need anything, you know who to call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I see Commissioner Romano.
Thank you. Hi, Ms. Toko. You know, I'm listening to all these commissioners. I didn't know that Mother Teresa had a daughter, but apparently she did. And I'm going to probably mimic what every other board member said, and I mean it honestly. I've enjoyed working with you, Kathy, I really have. And I guess a lot of the board members should probably take some of her example, because Kathy never talks unless she has something to say.
least once.
Honestly, it's been an absolute, I mean that, I'm going to miss her. Harold's going to be sitting in your seat, and I don't want to look at him, I'd rather look at you. I wish you the very best, the best of luck. You'll knock him dead, kid. Thank you.
Commissioner Lucido.
Poor Harold.
We'll strike that last comment by Commissioner Brown.
Not, and he said it to Harold, not you,
Yeah,
just to be
he said
clear.
forget it.
Coming on, initially, when I met you, I thought you were a tough cookie, man. I'm like, I'm never gonna break this girl. Smile as much as I can. She's a tough cookie, but boy, when I needed you, you were there. Really good friend to me, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna miss you, but hopefully I'll still see you. I know I will.
Yes, you will.
Yes, and I'll go
Drive
follow
through
Lisa
Fraser.
around too.
Commissioner Leonetti,
Let
do you
me
have
get my
anything to
let me
say?
get my briefcase real quick. Without no. Kathy, we've known each other for a long time, and it's been a real pleasure to practice with you. We had many cases together. There's one case that Kathy and I always joke about. I'll make this quick. It was a case where I had a lot of good facts in my favor, and I told Kathy, I said, Kathy, my cocky self, I was a little younger then. I said, Kathy, I have a lay-down loaner here. I don't know how you're going to win. And Kathy looked at me and says, I don't care. We're going to try this case. And I said, she's crazy. I got a lay-down loaner. I'm not going to lose. Well, I lost. Kathy beat me. I got euchred on a loaner in the law, That's a true story. And so, but I had a lot of respect for her. She was a great advocate. It was a, you don't try a lot of cases with, often, but you do. And it was a pleasure doing it with Kathy. And she was a tremendous attorney and a tremendous advocate. Then I also feel bad a couple years later, before I got on this position, she's laughing, she knows. We were in court, and I had to get down to federal court. And Kathy was trying to get in to see the judge before me. And she's like, I really have to go. And I'm like, Kathy, I have to be in federal court. I don't care what you have to do. I'm not messing around with those federal judges. I have to be down there. So I kind of cut ahead of her, and she was mad. And a couple of times she gave me some dirty looks. And I'm like, I don't know what you had that was so important. Well, then I got elected to here. And I realized why she was in such a hurry to get out of court so she could get to one of these meetings. So now I'm going to have, hopefully, the pleasure of standing before you, advocating a client's position now that you're a judge. So I've seen your whole evolution. We've worked together. We've worked against each other. We've worked up here. And I promise you this. I will let the federal court wait. I will come to your court first and take care of business. It's been a real pleasure, and I'm really happy to watch your evolution in your career, and I'm looking forward to practicing in front of you. Take care.
Commissioner Majek.
Yeah, Kathy, congratulations on your judge race. I guess my prediction was right. I told you you would win. We're losing a great public servant, but we're getting a really good one in Harold Hall. We're looking forward to having you serve Harold. I can't wait to work with you. Kathy, I've never sort of told you stuff like this, but I've always looked up to you almost as sort of a hero to me. Just in talking with you, the things that you had to go through to be an attorney, a female attorney in Macomb County, when there's always stereotypes towards women in the industry that you're in, and I've always felt bad for you and appreciated the things that you had to do to work in your line of work. And I just look at you as someone with amazing vigilance, honesty, and someone who has a good temperament. And because of those qualities, you'll be a great judge. And you're a wonderful mother. I know your son's engaged, and you're looking forward to your son's wedding. And I hope someday that you'll be a grandmother someday, and I know you'll love that chapter in your life as well. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Commissioner Kraft.
Kathy. So we haven't talked a whole bunch, but when we have, it has meant a lot to me. The most conversation we had was with CMH when this board appointed me to the CMH board when you left. I know why you left, but I
tricked you, appointed you, the same.
I didn't realize, I'm the young one, I didn't realize it was a trick. But the words you spoke to me on the phone, the numerous times we talked about it, I didn't fully grasp at the time, but now over a year later I do, and I appreciate what you did with the CMH board and with this board, and I appreciate the help that you've given me, and I look forward to seeing great things from you, and like Jim Carabelli said, not being in front of you. So thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, so I only have hold on a second. Wait, I didn't get to say the fun stories yet. We'll just tell a couple. When I first got onto this board, I didn't know Kathy, and I didn't know many of the people on the board. And one of the first things, as a brand new politician, not really knowing how things go, I was called into a caucus when we were deciding who was going to be the board chair. I had my ideas on it, but apparently some other people had some other ideas on it. So we get back into the room and we're talking, and well, we weren't talking. Everybody went in and stared at each other for about the most uncomfortable 30 seconds that I've ever been in, and then somebody let loose. And someone let loose with some words that I've heard of before, but I was very shocked to my introduction into politics. And I'll say that for the first couple months, I was genuinely afraid of you. As was the person I think you were yelling at. And I wasn't too sure about that. And as I started realizing what happened and why, it kind of exemplified what I've come to know about you, is that when you give your word, you keep it. You have your convictions and you stick to them, and it doesn't really matter what anybody said. And that's what that meeting was all about. Something happened that shouldn't have happened, and you are never one to let something like that go. And that's what I think the board and everybody here really appreciated about you. It didn't matter who was standing up here giving a presentation or talking about their budget or whatever. If you saw something that needed to be discussed and it might be a little bit tough, you said it. And that's what we were here for. You didn't pull any punches when you didn't need to pull punches. When you needed to pull them, you pulled them. And I've come full circle around, and part of this had to do with your husband, though. I will say that I found out that Kathy's husband, Vince, was my baseball coach when I was 17 and 18, and I had no idea. And then I thought, well, he was a pretty nice guy. She has to be all right, right? And not only have I found that you're all right, you were someone that I always look up to, and I thought I still think was one of the best board members that we ever had, because you had a head on your shoulders, you knew what was right, you knew what was wrong, and you weren't afraid to speak out on that. And that's a quality that's going to bring you right into being a great judge. And I know we have I think we're going to have a great replacement for you, which is very unusual. Usually when you lose someone with this much admiration, the next person, has tough shoes to fill. But I think Harold's going to do a good job. I think that, that you guys are very similar in that. I'm sorry to see you go, but I'm very happy for you and proud of you too. So thank you very much, and the mic is yours.
Thank you, everybody, for the beautiful tribute and the kind words. I really appreciate it. I want you to always remember that there are almost 1 million people in this county, and there's 13 of us. That's a pretty big deal. And there are 3 women on this board. That makes it a bigger deal, and it made it very special to me. I will forever be indebted to the residents of Roseville and Fraser for allowing me to serve. I have never considered this a job. It's always been a privilege. And I am so glad that I've been able to serve with all of you. I hope that you welcome my successor with the same love and affection you've had for me over the years. I'm sure Harold will do. I'm sure Harold will do a fine job. Thank you all very much. It's truly been a privilege. Thank you.
Would you like to? We got you some parting gifts.
Recognition of 12 years of dedicated public service, Macomb County Board of Commissioners. I will treasure that very much. Thank you.
We'll get that after. Great. All right, item number 13, new business. Anybody have
Chair?
any new business, or?
No.
You could,
I
old
got a
business?
new
Old
business
business.
list
All right,
here.
so Commissioner Duje.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Although he's not here today, the third person on C, John Kinch, whether we like it or not, this man was devoted to community mental health. And it'd be a shame to let this go and not say anything about it. I'm not sure how long he was in this position, but after everything's said and done, he did his best. He represented Macomb County in a great way. I'm kind of sad to see him go, but the circumstances around his leaving are whatever they are. But after everything's said and done, I think John Kinch ought to be remembered as doing a hell of a job for Macomb County and community mental health. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Duly noted. Commissioner Bijak.
Yeah, just a quick notice here. I received a letter from Mayor Taylor, Michael Taylor, Mayor of Sterling Heights, just pertaining to some road projects the city of Sterling Heights is concerned about. So I'm planning to have some meetings with John Crump from the Department of Roads. I'm going to certainly let Joe Romano know about that as well, that we're going to get together with Department of Roads and go over what projects we're going to deal with the city of Sterling Heights for 2019. So I'll keep you posted. Right now it's hard to get a hold of people because of the holidays and everything, but we'll be meeting pretty soon. And I'll let you guys know with maybe an infrastructure committee or something. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Commissioner. I don't have anyone else on the list on new business. Commissioner Kleinfeld, we'll go with the hand raising.
Commissioner Kraft, you don't have many conversations with any of us. You're a very quiet guy. Thank you.
And a lot of us appreciate it. Great. Anybody else with new business? All right, ladies and gentlemen, public participation. Any members of the public wishing to speak? Mr. Haw.
I'm not one of those already started guys. I just want to congratulate all of you on your re-elections. I look forward to working with all of you. I've known most of you for a long period of time. Kathy, you know how I feel about you becoming a judge in Roseville and Fraser. I look forward to you being there. We've had a lot of conversations during the course of this your election, mostly about her, not about me. So, and that worked out great for both of us. So, Merry Christmas to all, and look forward to working with you in the new year.
Right. Thank you. Anyone else from the public wishing to speak? Anyone else? Seeing none. Need a motion to adjourn. Commissioner Kraft, since you don't say much, Commissioner Leonetti. Please vote.
One of the year, guy.
We have one more meeting. Meeting adjourned.